Hey friend, it's Mesha with the Golden Nugget of the Day to help you along your way. The whole armor of God. That's what we're talking about. And we are in Ephesians chapter 6. Verse 10, we started there where it says, be strong in the Lord. Then verse 11 says, put on the whole armor of God so that we'll be able to stand against the devil. Verse 12 tells us, because this is not a fleshy fight. This is a spiritual battle. Verse 13 said, put on the whole armor so that we'll be able to withstand. And having done all, to continue to stand. Well, what does verse 14 tell us to do? Read with me in the NRSV. It reads, stand therefore and fasten the belt of truth around your waist and put on the breastplate of righteousness. The overarching theme here is to stand, to remain valid and unaltered. Don't be swayed by every opinion. Don't allow every wind to blow you off course. Don't run after every great idea. If everybody else is doing something, you don't have to do it. But stand valid, be valid and unaltered. Stand on what God has told you to do and what you know is truth and righteousness. While we're standing, Paul said, stand and fasten the belt of truth around your waist. The soldiers used to wear a tunic and it was floppy and big. It went down to their knees, and in order for it not to impede their movements and keep them from doing what they needed to do, they had to put a belt around it or a girdle. King James Version says, gird your loins with truth. A girdle holds you in, fastens you in. That's what truth does. A soldier's armor and their weapons are just as important to them as truth and righteousness should be to us. These attributes should be to us as believers. Truth is important. God can't deal with us in falsities. We have to be honest and truthful with him, or else he'll back up from us. We're saying to him, I don't need you. I can maneuver my way through this thing on my own. So God backs up. But when we tell the truth, he comes in and fights with us and for us. We need him. Even if we're wrong, even if we're guilty, God will fight for us if we be truthful. Listen, Paul also tells us we need to put on the breastplate of righteousness. That breastplate covered their front and their back, from their neck to their knees, to their thighs. And it covered all of their vital organs that you can't live without. Heart, lungs, kidneys, liver. That's what righteousness does for us. It's just as important. It covers us living right, doing right, the rightness of God, holy living. And it's not because of anything that we can do so good or so right. It comes from the grace of God. God affords it to us, gives it to us. So listen, these attributes are just as important to us as believers as armor and weapons are to a soldier. So continue to stand having these attributes on, knowing that the battle is coming, but as long as we're covered in this armor, we can stand against the tricks of the enemy. I love y'all. Let's talk next week.